Hey guys, Morphe here, and we are jumping into the final game of this best of 5 series between Creepy, bring up the names tab, Creepy, the pink Zerg in the top position of MLG Metalopolis, and Computer, our blue Protoss, in the bottom position. Series is currently tied 2-2 in a best of 5, and this is for a $10 gift certificate to Jinx.com, which is used to purchase a StarCraft 2 race keychain. And Computer is playing as a random player, spawning Protoss this time, and looks to be going for a Forge Fast Expand, at least based on that pylon placement on the low ground. Forge Fast Expand, I think a little better on this map. We saw Computer do that on Antigua Shipyards, and I believe on Antigua you just need really good building placement in order to get a full wall off. So let's see how it works out for him this time. He did lose that previous game when he Forge Fast Expanded. Got a little too much Ling pressure early on, wasn't quite able to hold it. He also went Nexus first before Cannon in that one though, which it makes a significant difference in how quickly you can get your defenses up. I think honestly if he'd gone Cannon first before the Nexus, he would have been perfectly safe. The Cannon would have been done before the 6 Lings walked in, and he would have had plenty of Zealots up in time. But we'll see what's going to happen this game. Forge is going down now, and let's see if the Nexus is going to go up first. And in the previous game, he not only went Nexus before Cannon, he actually went Nexus Gateway before Cannon. So I think even 2 gateways before Cannon. Spawning pool is going down for our Zerg player. And it will be a Nexus first out of Computer this time. Which, not necessarily a bad thing though. I think if you're going to go Nexus first, you're kind of obligated to scout, especially on MLG Metal, where there's only 2 spots to scout at. And if you don't see an Overlord come flying in, you can usually go straight cross-map. Get a bit of a timing on that spawning pool, but as the spawning pool just completed, he should be alright. And Cannon going down now, so given the travel time, he should have plenty of time to get that Cannon up before any Zerglings get over there. And a second Cannon going down right next to the first one. In the mineral line, kind of keeps any Zergling run-bys from doing too much damage. Not terrible at all. No expansion coming out of the Zerg player yet, just now throwing down the Silhouette. So Creepy, what is he going to do with these Lings? Does go straight cross-map, not checking the close-by ground position. A lot of players not aware that you cannot spawn close-by ground on MLG Metalopolis. And those cannons being up will drive those Lings away nicely. So now we'll see what Computer plans to do after he finishes this Forge Fast Expand. Last time we didn't really get a chance to see what his plans were because he was under so much pressure that any plans he might have had were disrupted. Lings thinking about running in. They won't be able to do much damage. Maybe pick out 1 probe or 2. Third Cannon going down by the ramp. Doesn't want any sort of run-bys going on. More Lings rallying down. Taking a look at the unit station, we see already 25 workers. So Creepy pretty far behind right now. He was planning a lot of early aggression again, and Computer's been able to just drone up like crazy. No army units, however, at this point. Psy-Core a little delayed as well. But again, he's going to be perfectly safe. And Computer also taking both of his gases now. And as soon as that Psy-Core is complete, probably research, that's when we'll see the real tech path. With a Psy-Core this late, I can't imagine he's going to go for any sort of Stargate play. If you're doing a Stargate play, you kind of need that Psy-Core done. Ling's running in just a little bit, trying to pick off any probes they can, and trying to go after that Cannon, but Cannon's 2-shot Ling, so that's not going to do anything. Did he kill any probes at all? 3 workers killed, but he lost about 12 Lings. Not a very good exchange. Just now making out 6 drones. So going to start catching up a little bit in the worker count, but Protoss has been ahead for a long time right now. Roach Warren finishing halfway done. And looks like the tech path computer is going to go down is a Twilight Council. He's also supply blocked at 44, just now throwing down 2 pylons. So Twilight Council, either we're looking at a DT play. Computer is saying the supply block was part of his build. Probably to help him build up some money, I guess. We're either going to see DTs, I would imagine, or maybe a blink push. It's a little... You could do a 6-gate blink push at maybe 10 minutes. I don't know. If he knows the roaches are out there. Does he know the roach warren's down? Computer does not know about the roach warren, so... Oh, Twilight, or Templar Archive, so it's going to be probably Zealot Archon. No sentries out right now for Computer, though. Just 6 Zealots. I don't know, a lot of players don't use sentries as much. I really like the sentry, so I always make them a big part of my army. But Zealot Archon, really good against Ling armies, depending on how many roaches Creepy ends up getting. Roach Infester, I'm pretty sure, is a hefty counter to Zealot Archon. Of course, the timings also come into play, too, at this level of play for when the Zealot Archon attack hits. We'll be getting those +1 weapons upgrades, though, so... Oh, but... Looks like Creepy's keeping up in the upgrade chart just as well. 3rd base down now for Creepy. And taking a 3rd base as Protoss, fairly difficult on this map. With a big gateway army, a lot of Zealots, that might make it a little easier. Stalkers generally make it a little bit easier. You wall off this ramp here with a bunch of gateways and cannons, and then try to get your 3rd down. I'm more of a Robo-Bay player myself against Zerg, so... I'm not entirely certain how Zealot Archon is going to work for defending a 3rd. Also, one reason I'd love for a Computer to get some sentries is at the very least for hallucination. When you're not going Robotech, which it's fine not to go Robotech, Storm on the way by the way. It's fine not to go Robotech, but you need to get some form of scouting in. He doesn't know about the 3rd base, he doesn't know whether there are mutants coming, he doesn't know whether it's a big roach army. So it's a pretty small investment to make a few sentries early, which you'll use anyways later in the game to, you know, cut off chunks of the Zerg army. You know, get out at 4, 5, 6 sentries, and research Hallucinate right after Warp Gate finishes, and you can pretty regularly scout out the Zerg's position with hallucinated phoenixes. More gateways coming up. And taking a look at the units count, we see that it's now 59 drones to 54 probes. So Zerg has taken the lead finally, but it was quite delayed. Looks like Computer's going to go out and make a 3rd now. He's got a lot of money saved up and a bit supply blocked, so he does need to take another base. I don't know about you guys, but anytime I see 1,000 minerals building up, I'm just like, oh my god, I need to expand and put down 6 gateways. How many gateways does he have? It's like a reasonable number of gateways, 6 or 7 of them there. And should get a few more up here. Yeah, 3 gateways and 2 photon cannons coming down to block off that 3rd. Looks like a pure roach army, kind of an old school mass roach play coming out of Creepy, and whenever you go roaches, they're so cheap you see Zerg's food counts fly up right there in the mid-game. Once they get onto 3 bases. 19 more roaches coming down, so he's going to have a huge roach force. Does he have an infestation pit at all? He is getting burrow move. Roach speed, I believe it's already done. Yeah, roach speed already done. Tunneling claws on the way now. Spreading creep a bit. Hasn't yet connected this base to the natural. So now a few stalkers being added into the mix for Computer, but he could be in a lot of trouble here with burrow roaches. He doesn't have a Robo-Bay yet, and Zealot's not the best against that kind of roach army, especially if he had infestors added in, but it looks like he's going to go for nothing but roaches, and he's moving out now. Does he know about the third? Doesn't know about the third now. Probably going to check it out on the way. Also, for a Zerg, you can stash a little Overlord right back here. Just get barely any vision on the patches, and you can tell when the third goes up. Creepy taking the gold as he moves out for an attack. Always a fan of the idea of attacking while defending. Computer has been supply blocked for a little while. 4 pylons finishing up, so he will need to get some units warped in to hold off this big roach aggression. Transferring probes now. Still making probes though. That's a good thing. That computer is very good at making a lot of workers. Has regained the lead against Creepy in the worker count. Roach is now pushing in at the north. And no, they're not. I'm going to head down this way where the main army is. Apologize for that. I'm getting a little bit of lag on my computer. I'm trying to run this on higher settings, and sometimes when there's a lot of units on the field I get these little lag spikes. Might go to medium settings instead. I've kind of an older computer, so we'll see about that for the next cast. Storm's going down on all those roaches. Very nice. Full energy on the Templar. Should be able to hold the front there once his army gets up there. Not a lot of ranged units though. And roaches do have burrow. He moves his army away and the roaches come right back up. We'll take out this last pylon. So the cannons are down. And with burrowed roaches, is there a Robo-Bay down? We'll see if a Robo-Bay goes down. That'll kind of tell us something. Storm on burrowed roaches, not the best way because they heal so quickly when they're burrowed that the storms barely damage them, unfortunately. And it looks like computer without a Robo-Bay, very hard pressed to hold this attack. Zealots almost all gone, Stalkers falling. Only 2 Archons left up. This third base of computer will fall. Creepy at 200 food, doubling the supply of computer with 15 more roaches on the way out now. And 2 Robo-Bays going down now for computer, but it might be a little too late. Unfortunately, he kind of got blind countered here. And Roach is moving right up into the battle. Stalkers falling one by one. Just too many roaches for a computer to handle. 50 food to the 166. Ooh. And Creepy throws out the final EZ. And a bit of an offensive GG there. Well, and that is the game. I'd stayed in a little bit longer to do some post-game announcements on the live stream, and this is my copy of the replay we're posting off of. Alright guys, that was a great series. I thought there were some pretty epic games there, especially the comebacks. Creepy did a pretty amazing comeback in Game 2 when he pulled all of his workers and went all in. And Computer in Game 4 with that triple drop, sometimes 4 drops going off at once at the same time. Managed to come back from being, I think something like 100 food behind. He was around 80 food against something like the 200 food of Creepy. Obviously, Computer needs to work on his PVZ, and that's about it. He's a really impressive player, and Creepy with a well-deserved win there. He will get the $10 gift certificate to Jinx.com. And once again, I am Morphe, and this has been the Finals Tournament Cast from the VPL Gold Platinum Tournament. Sometime this week, I'll also be casting the finals from the Bronze and Silver Tournament. And thank you all for listening.